Check, check, check. I'm gonna assume my audio is working here. Let me see here. Check, check. Hopefully it's loud enough. I'm using my webcam mic, and this is like 3 minutes early, so I just want to make sure my setup was good to go before anybody shows up, if anybody does. But yeah, this is my this is release day for Relic, Meyers, and the Rhythms of Ruin. Sorry, my hair is out of control. I was taking a walk, and it's Indiana, so it got super humid out. So doing what I can. But you're not here to see my hair, right? You're just here to talk about the book. If anybody is free, I know it's a Tuesday night, so I didn't expect a massive turnout. If anybody does show up, great. Otherwise, I could just capture this and put it on my channel. I don't have a lot of content on my YouTube channel yet. Mostly just book trailers and maybe some game stuff, some drumming covers. But yeah, I'll just give it a minute or two. See if I can confirm that my mic is indeed working. I see a little bar at the bottom. It's going back and forth. Check, 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 check. I think it's working. And the good news is, if nobody can make it, then this will be short and sweet. I'll just give a quick update about how the book release went. Share any, insights, I guess, for anybody interested. I'm not an expert on self-publishing. I'm still doing a lot of research, trying to figure out tips and tricks and marketing strategies and how to make sense of Amazon's dashboards and stuff. Because there are several different ways to self-publish, like platforms people use. There's Ingram Spark, Barnes Noble Press, KDP, Lulu, I think it's called. I mostly use KDP just because it's so easy. It's really quick. It's a good platform. But yeah, we are coming up on 8 o'clock, so assuming it's just me, check. It looks like it's still working. My audio is right. Assuming it's just me, like I said, we'll keep it short. It's fine for me. I got my Negroni here to celebrate release. So I'm totally fine packing it up and going to watch some more of the new Netflix show, Monsters, the Menendez brothers show. It's pretty good so far. I'm stoked for the Ed Gein one that just got announced, the next season. So, it's got 1 minute to go. I don't know what the etiquette is for live streams, and I started this early because I was trying to test my equipment, but I don't know if it's normal for people to, if you go to a work call, I'm like, oh, we'll give everybody 10 minutes or so. I don't know what the etiquette is, because I only really watch video game streamers, and they just play their game, and if somebody's watching, whatever. But yeah, we're at 8 o'clock now, so we'll start. Boom. I don't have a cool graphic or anything, but this is the Relic, Meyers, the Rhythms of Ruin launch Q&A. And I just realized maybe I should have sent a reminder out to people. I know there was people on the Facebook group, and there's people that were following on YouTube. But like I said, it's Tuesday night, so I'm not going to hold it against you if you can't make it to a Q&A, an impromptu Q&A. But like I said, yeah, this is the Rhythms of Ruin, the Relic, Meyers, and the Rhythms of Ruin release. It was a very, I would have said rushed release, but this is probably my most planned book release I've done so far. This is my 4th self-published book. The first book I published, the Lorengaard novel Evil Corruption, even though it was self-published, we still ran a Kickstarter for it with the band. So we had an LLC, so the band was sort of the publisher. So it's still self-published because, I was part of the LLC, but we were assigned a band. We signed to, I always forget the name label. I think it was Candlelight Records. It was a very short-lived record deal. But anyway, I didn't get too involved in the business side of things. I let Adam, my brother, deal with that with the other band members. But yeah, this is my 3rd book that I've done solely on my own. Acrid Sky came out last year. book one of my Hexology, the Malice of Light, which is a big fantasy epic. And book two of that series came out this year in June. And then this is my third release, which I can't check the sales yet because of how KDP operates. That's, like I said, that's my main platform is using KDP. You can buy the book through Barnes & Noble Press, or Ingram Spark distributes through other places as well. So I haven't checked all that yet, but on the on KDP there was they don't post the sales to see on the dashboard until they're processed, and because it's print on demand, once they're purchased, they're not actually processed until the book's printed and shipped. So I don't know how the actual sales are going, but you can see the rankings on the different charts on Amazon. And I was pleasantly surprised this evening to see that Relic Meyers was, I believe, number 9 on zombie fiction in teens, and then number 10 in ghost stories in teens. And then number 13, I believe it was, for the for monster stories in teens. And I will double check here. Let me see how I can save this copy. I'm going to double check to make sure my audio is working on the other end. Check. I'm going to have somebody hop in and confirm. I got some buddies standing by. Anyone able to hop in the stream and confirm that it's... Boom, posted. We'll see. We got one person watching, it looks like. Can somebody, whoever's watching, confirm you can hear me? Either like put a thing in the chat or an emoji or something. Just making sure. It says I'm live for 6 minutes, so hopefully I wasn't just talking to myself all the time. But I don't stream on YouTube very often, so any confirmation would be great. But anyway, I'll finish what I was saying about the charts. Yeah, so I was pleasantly surprised to see that Relic Meyers was like number 9 and number 10 and number 13 in different categories and young adult. So that was cool. It'll be cool too when I can actually see like how many sales day one has been. Week 1 is pretty crucial for release. Oh, cool. Thanks. Thank you, Vish. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for hopping in. I think you're the first one. So congrats to you. Thanks for stopping in. And you had a trip, I want to say to Italy or something. You had some cool pictures posted online. But wherever it looked glorious, much better than Noblesville, Indiana. So France, awesome. Yeah, I've always wanted to visit. So hope it was good. And congrats to you, by the way, Andrew Fisher, who is I want to say the lead designer, right, on the Brandon Sanderson Cosmere RPG, which did like bonkers numbers on Kickstarter, like biggest crowd, like the biggest tabletop funding ever. So yeah, that's awesome. Congrats, man. Anyway, yeah. So as I was saying, just the Relic Meyers book launch went well. So I wanted to thank everybody. Anybody who tunes in later, I know, like I've said several times, it's a Tuesday, 8 o'clock. So I'm not expecting lots of people being available. But third most successful. That's awesome. That's killer. I'm glad that you got to be a part of that, and I'm definitely going to check it out when it's available, because I've only read like one Mistborn book, the first one, and then I've been keeping up with the Stormlight archives. So I'm probably like not very well versed in like the whole like Cosmere concept, but hopefully just going through the RPG book will get me acclimated pretty quickly. So looking forward to it. We got two viewers now, so I'm hitting the big time right now. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so charts wise, I'm still trying to figure out how Amazon does their charts, but the teen categories, I forget if I set those up, but somehow I got like number 9 in zombie fiction. And there's zombies. I mean, the zombies are part of the lore in Relic Myers, but it's not like I never consider it a zombie book. But hey, I'll take it. You know. Thank you, Mitchell. Mitchell checked it out for me. My buddy Mitchell confirmed with me. It's funny too because this will be posted later, so other people can hear as well. But I should be a little more skilled in audio by now because I'm doing a podcast and I'm the main editor because Adam doesn't really want to bother with it. Thanks, Adam. He knows sound better than me because he plays guitar, he plays bass. I just hit things. I'm the drummer, so audio has always been kind of like not my forte. But I'm trying to get better at it. But this is my kind of not really my work setup. This is where I write, and this is where I sometimes play PC games, so I don't have to worry about audio visual stuff that much. But anyway, yeah. So might not have a lot of questions tonight, so this Q&A might be just me talking at you. But the people who are here, I'm not sure if Andrew's still here. If you have any questions, let me know. Shoot them in there. Anything like the topics you want to discuss. Otherwise, I can just wrap this up pretty quickly because I don't have much to say on my end. I just want to thank everybody for helping the book launch go so well. Like I said, I can't confirm any sales numbers yet, but from what I've seen chatter online, I'm getting a lot of engagement, a lot of positive messages and stuff. And the fact that we broke the top 10 in 2 different categories, it's awesome. So I can't complain. So I think it's going well. Week 1 is pretty crucial with being an indie author, not having a publisher marketing you for you. So pretty much have to do it all myself and hopefully make enough noise on week 1. But yeah, oddly enough, I had this event set up on Facebook, and I'm not good at like setting up these live stream things, but I had like 50 people confirming, so I'm not sure if I need to wait longer to let people in here, but I'm not gonna just like yak at you guys for to fill time, because if nobody's gonna chat, whatever, I'll just go watch some TV. But Andrew said, you might have said this elsewhere. I can show stuff, right? I'll have to look into that later. So I can't, there's a way to probably post these messages. I might have to have software for that, but you might have said this elsewhere. But where are you planning on going next? More Relic Myers, more Malice of Light, new stuff. So I mostly just wanted to keep churning out the Malice of Light. I love fantasy. Fantasy is like really dear to me. It's just rough because fantasy is such a tough like genre to be in. It's so saturated, and it's hard to really differentiate in a way, because I like generic fantasy. I just love Lord of the Rings style fantasy, and there's a lot of negative connotations with people who might just say, oh, that's like D&D fan, it's like knockoff, whatever. So it's kind of hard to really stand out if you're not a legacy author of some sort. So I do want to keep doing fantasy, but with Relic Myers, I've been having so much more success getting an audience, building an audience, and people really resonate with it's kind of a more unique theme. And I think me as a consumer, I love like Stranger Things. I love retro stuff. I love nostalgia. And I think that's a big thing with a lot of these generations. It's just like loving the 80s and 90s and that aesthetic. And I think Relic Myers really, really hits those hard. And I don't think it was intentional. I wanted to write something that was kind of semi-autobiographical, and it had a lot of 90s elements in it. So it worked in my favor. But most of my early feedback on the book, like beta readers and reviewers, they just love the nostalgia. They love the 90s feel. And it felt like a 90s like supernatural TV show. So all that worked really well. And I love everything about it, obviously, being, the author, and it's very personal to me. So I'm all for just writing more Relic Myers. I have 2 current manuscripts. I have the next Malice of Light, which is called oh my god, I'm blanking on the name all of a sudden. The Smoldering Vein. Sorry. So the Smoldering Vein is started. I have the second Relic Myers book, which is the have I said the title yet? I don't think I've said the title to anybody. the second Relic Meyers book, the title is The Harmony of Hexes. So there you go. That's the reveal of the next book. But yeah, that one's I've got a pretty strong concept for. I'm a few chapters into that one. So either or could be like my next focus. Because once I focus on something, I chew on it until it's done. People who know me know that about me. So I think the way things are going now, this is a long answer to your question, Andrew. Sorry, but I think my next focus is probably going to be the next Relic Meyers book. But I still plan on hopefully having 2 book releases next year. I want to have the Smoldering Vein and Harmony of Hexes both available. But I'm not like I feel like I was more of a rush to get the second Malice and Light book out, just because when it's a series and it's the book 1 of a series, especially with fantasy, like I feel like it's harder to market because people are less inclined to like check out a big series when it's like the first book in that series, and also from an indie author, you know, a nobody essentially. So I wanted to like kind of rush that second book out, and plus I just when I wrote it, I was like so inspired by it that it came really easily. So I think that I shouldn't have a problem getting both of those ready for next year, but I think my immediate focus probably is more Relic Meyers because it's hard to ignore the reaction I've had to it. It's just been so obvious, and I guess you just gotta go with it, go with what works, you know. So we have 2 people watching. One of them's Andrew, if he's still here. Any favorite cocktails in the house? Because I had to have a cocktail to celebrate my release day being done. I can stop worrying about it finally. This is my Negroni. It's usually the Negronis I make at home suck, but I got like really good gin and really good Campari and really good sweet vermouth, so this is a lot better than usual. I had to break out the good stuff for good old Relic. Wow, yeah, we are 13 minutes in, and I don't think we're gonna have much of a turnout. So yeah, so I don't think we have to beat this dead horse much longer. I'm happy to hang out for maybe another 10 minutes or so. But whiskey, oh man, yeah. Do you like Black Manhattans? Because like, it's weird because I go to some restaurants, they don't know what I'm talking about when I say I want a Black Manhattan. Because I don't even know if I've had like an actual just Manhattan, but I have a lot of Black Manhattans. I love them. My wife makes us a lot at home, and she makes good ones. I used to just be like a straight like. I was always rum and Coke, like some kind of rum drink with some banana liqueur in it, you know, just fruity stuff. But I do like old fashions now, and Negronis are my 2. And I think Negroni, old fashions, Black Manhattans are probably my top 3s. If I go out somewhere and want to try something new, I want to see, you know, oh, how's your Black Manhattan? Yeah, Verno and like cherry. I think it's cherry they use. Like I said, my wife makes them, so I'd have to just guess, but yeah, she's really good at making those. This is gonna be turned into a Q&A with Andrew because I was gonna ask you how things been going. I mean, I listen to your podcast at Earthborn Rangers. We haven't got a chat like one-on-one in a while, but I'm curious how things have been going with your role, you know, at Earthborn. And you know, we're watching right now. I don't know who watches my channel, but Andrew Fisher is the I forget is it lead designer or your title, like probably something of head of games or something at Earthborn Games. But Earthborn Rangers was his big flagship project there. Design director. That makes sense. Yeah. Hope it's going well there, man. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I try to keep up on the podcast, so I usually know what you guys are up to, but I haven't followed along on the Discord. I'm really bad at Discord, man. Like Discord is it's like a full-time job keeping up with all those channels. Oh, sweet. Game Found Fest. I haven't heard of that one. You guys go there, like, is that like a live thing you go to, or they're just announcing it like for you or is it like an online thing? I know they used to do those like Game Found previews, Game Found Feast or something. I think they were called. I forget. Oh, you said Feast. Yeah. Sorry, I misread that. I was thinking Fest like an actual convention. Yeah, you said Feast. Sorry. I just answered my own question. Cool. So yeah, for I guess for like, what's that word? Posterity sake. Since this will be like saved on my channel. just to give a little overview, because I don't know if I've documented this much, but a quick like high level pitch of a high level like backstory about how Relic Meyers became a thing. If you listen to my podcast, Joint Operations, you might have heard this, but back in May, this is kind of like full circle too, because Andrew's here. Andrew's, and I don't know Evan's official title, Evan Simonet at Earthborn, probably like art director, I'm assuming, or something like that. But he's like very talented artist. He was doing my covers for the Malice of Light, which I wanted to like finish those books. Visual director, yeah, that makes sense. I want to finish those books so I can make sure I can get Evan's signature style as the cover on all those. That was like my goal, because when I saw the Akron Sky, I'm like, man, I have to write all these books really fast. That way I can make sure Evan's available to do these covers. But he gets like super busy, and with his day job and everything, it's hard to lock him down. But I got him for the Relic Meyers 2. He's going to do the cover for that. So I either series, if I can lock it in for one series, great. I just got to finish the book so I have that consistent style. But yeah, I was waiting for Evan to finish up the cover art for the Withered Roots back in May, and I get super anxious. I like when I'm waiting for something like that where I can't control it. I just get like so. I'm irritable. Like my wife hates it because I'm just like I can't let things go, and so I had to like keep myself busy with something. So when May 1st hit, I was like, you know what? While I'm waiting for Withered Roots for the art to be done, and I wasn't trying to rush Evan because I know he's a busy guy and he was doing like a really big intricate piece. But I had to keep myself busy with something, so I decided I'm going to write my next book while Evan finishes that art, and that'll give me something to kind of like focus on and not be like nagging or worrying about stuff. And like I was talking to my brother Adam about different concepts, because we had talked about Relic Meyers a few times. It's always been kicking around the back of my head because I loved Buffy and Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Stranger Things, and like these teens trying to solve problems. I love heavy metal, and I never could find like a cool like hero growing up, like because I was a drummer. I was a very specific interests, but I could never find like a drummer to latch onto. So I wanted to create that hero for kids, like someone who's wants to be a drummer and can like fight demons with his drums, essentially. But that's where the idea came from. So it all came supernatural. I decided I'll finish this book in May, and I didn't even like plan it like to be done by the end of May. But I actually finished like a few days before, but I was doing like 3,500 words a day, which is not advisable. It's like, that's kind of insane. Like even though a lot of days I'm like, that was easy, I could do more, but I would force myself to stop, because it just like, you shouldn't do that. I don't think anybody should do that. I think like 2,000 words a day is more than enough. That's pretty heroic, I think. But yeah, 3,500 is stupid. So I did it though, and the book came out over word count. So I don't even know why I have like that word count where it's like I gotta get 100,000 words. It doesn't matter, but I like fat books, I guess. Finished it in a month, and I was so sure it was gonna be garbage, but I was like, I'll just send it out to some beta readers and get some general feedback. But I started getting this feedback that was like, wow, this is really good. My daughter, who's 12, she doesn't read any of my stuff, but she picked it up and read it because she likes horror. We watch a lot of horror movies, and she like loved it. She couldn't put it down. So, and then Adam, my twin brother, who doesn't read anything, I didn't know he could read besides rule books. He read it in like a week. It was nuts. And then Liz Davidson, another content creator, she read it in a day. I was like, wow, something's working with this. So yeah, I had my wife edit it and got it ready, and here we are. So. I wouldn't advise it, but it happened to work. I just saw Corey. Hey, Corey. Glad you could make it, man. So we got Corey. It's just like FFG guys. Just FFG guys hanging out. Thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate it. I thought maybe we'd have maybe 4 or 5 people here. Maybe some back and forth, but it's just us. So what are you guys doing? What are you guys up to? Give me something to talk about. I've talked about myself enough because I'm talking at myself right now. Corey, I haven't had a chance to finish the game, but man, Mandalorian Adventures, so good. Anybody watching doesn't know Corey Kineska, you should. If you know who I am, you've probably heard the name before, but go check out Mandalorian Adventures from Unexpected Games. It's awesome. Essen, nice. I'm pretty sure you've been to Essen before, Corey. I mean, you've had to have been a few times, but that's the one I almost went to, but I had to cancel like last minute. I was when I quit. Lucky. This is your first time? Oh, cool. That's awesome. Well, hope you have fun, man. Hope it's a good trip. I hear great things about Essen. I just never had to go. Sorry, checking one thing here. Yeah, I'm getting so annoyed with Amazon with KDP. I can't. I mean, I used to like. I remember vividly last year when the Acrid Sky came out. I could see sales, and I think they changed it where I can only see ebook sales now. So I'm always refreshing, but I can't see any activity, which just sucks. But PAX U, that's like November or December. I forget. I need to go to one of these things. I'm planning on doing a table at Gen Con this coming year at the Author Alley. I haven't done one of those before. Beginning of December in Philly. I kind of my day job is their head office is in Philly. I have to go there in November, so I'm there a month early. But in one of these years, I can make it. That's the one. Like I forget if that was PAX or PAX Unplugged or something else that was like trying to compete with attendance like from Gen Con, but it might have been like I was competing with like Origins or something probably. Is it just your marketing guy or just Asmodee having a presence there? It's one thing I kind of miss is working conventions, having a reason to go because I don't really go for myself for these things. We should just hop on a group call, guys. Jeez, just catch up on board game stuff. Cool. I just saw Corey's note on my Facebook too. It sounds like my stuff's working. All right, I'm gonna make a hard decision here. It's gonna be tough, guys, but I think at 8:30, which is in what I guess, yeah, about 7 minutes. I'm closing this down. This is like we're done. I'm gonna shut it down so we can talk about whatever until then. Otherwise, then I'm gonna be like, yeah, nobody showed up, and I'll be all grumpy about it. But not really, because I'm in a good mood because I broke some top tens on Amazon, so it's hard to be in a bad mood. I want to ask. I'm gonna ask Fisher if he's still here. Thanks, man. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate it. Fisher, if you're still here, what's your favorite role playing game? Is it like because I'm assuming you've got a pretty big hand in role playing. You know, you used to manage the role playing line at FFG, and you're doing the Cosmere RPG now. Do you have a favorite system aside from the one you work on? You know. But if you had to bail, I understand. So you might not be able to answer because you might have left already. Like I've said several times, it's Tuesday, 8:30 on a Tuesday, and I'm just drinking cocktails, talking to myself. So I saw somebody else join. We have a third person here. Oh yeah, I heard you talk about Fiasco a while ago. I think it was on an episode of the podcast. Hi, Becky. That name is familiar. I believe you're from Books of Horror, correct? Because that I recognize that name. Yeah, I heard it's like super easy to just jump in and play. Oh yeah, yeah. I've told my kids stop screaming because my son is he's loud at bedtime. So Books of Horror. Yeah, I recognize the name. I just don't know if we've actually like chatted or not. But thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. I'm not sure if were you an ARC reader, like an early reader for Relic? I forget. This is the first time I've had actual ARC readers, so the fact that I don't know all the names, it's impressive. It's impressive to me. Oh yeah. That's probably where I notice it from is replying to the I think you should leave. memes. This, yeah, I have a lot of those. I was actually at I went to visit my mom over the weekend, and my older brother was there, and we we don't have the same sense of humor, but we were leaving to go to some lunch, and he's like, you gotta explain sometime how your book marketing factors into the I think you should leave shot. I don't really understand. I'm like, well, I just have that on all the time at home on repeat, so it's just like constantly playing in the background. And there is like I think I mentioned to you, it might have been you I was mentioning them. If you watch for Easter eggs in Relic Myers, if you go through it, you'll catch one reference to the show. It's pretty funny. Simply too good. I got my daughter, my 12-year daughter, which is not probably again not advisable because it's not probably not kid that age appropriate, but she loves it. So we always quote it. That's all we quote around the house is from that show. I forget if you've seen all that show, Corey, but that's something that like I feel like that'd probably be up your alley as well, humor wise. It's weird because it's like a very particular, yeah. Some fun. It's okay to show them nude because they ain't got no soul. Not the book, no. It was a since we have a small audience here, it was the I'll spoil it. It was Howie Sloan. It's like it really bothers me when people call him Howie because his name's Howard. It's very subtle, but yeah, coffin flops would be much better. I did a coffin flop meme about Larry Belinsky, who's the kind of the evil Hollywood producer. Told you it was subtle. It was subtle. Oh, yeah, but yeah, it's 8:30 now. It's 8:28, so 2 minutes. So yeah, since we have a pretty small crowd, I'm gonna go finish watching the Menendez brothers monster show on Netflix. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me and celebrating because today was pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited about the release for like Myers, and maybe when book 2 comes out, we'll have like a packed house in here and we can yeah. Yeah, it just came out today. Or no, not today. It's been out like when did it come out? Crap, that came out I was speaking of like I was talking about my book, like got those wires crossed there, but I think it came out like on Thursday last week or something. But yeah, I'm a little behind on shows in general, so but yeah, I'm gonna go put the kids to bed and go to bed myself because I was up at 4 a.m. today loading, refreshing sales on KDP to see how things went. But actually, I think I'm gonna go play some Space Marine 2. So thanks, Andrew. Have a good night, man. Thanks, Becky. Thanks, Corey. Thanks for hanging out with me and keeping me company. I'm gonna go work on the next book. So have a good night, everyone.